Good morning, students. In our last class, we have started the lesson Oliver asked for more. So, in that, we have completed some part of the lesson. So, today we will be continuing the remaining part of that lesson. So, in our last class, we have seen about a boy, Oliver, and he was an orphan and he was brought up by parish and he was presented before a live board, and this boy don't have an idea what a live board was. So, and in live board, members of the board were questioning Oliver, and they were trying to explain him that he was an orphan, and by listening those words this boy started crying. Till there we have seen. So today, see in your textbook, what are you crying for, inquired the gentleman in the white waistcoat. So when this boy started crying, the gentleman in the white waistcoat, he was crying. What are you crying for? Means why you are crying? I hope you say your prayers every night, said another gentleman in a gruff voice, and pray for the people who feed you and take care of you like a Christian. So another gentleman in a gruff voice, gruff means unfriendly and deep and rough voice, what he was telling to that boy, I hope you say your prayers every night. And what did he say? And also pray for the people who feed you and also take care of you like a Christian. Yes sir, stammered the boy. So, by listening those words, Oliver, what did he say? Yes, sir. Stammered means spoke with difficulty, repeating sounds or words, often stopping. So, the boy was saying, yes, sir. Well, you have come here to be educated and taught a useful trade, said the red faced gentleman in the high chair. So, what did the red faced gentleman in the high chair said? You have come here to educate, come here to get educated and taught, means to get trained a useful trade. So we have brought you here to educate and also to teach you a useful trades. So you will begin to pick oakum tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, added this surly one in the white waistcoat. So white what was the person in the white waistcoat telling? You have to you will begin to pick up oakum. Oakum means loose fiber obtained by untwisting and picking apart old rope. So he told him to start picking oakum from tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. He said in a surly one. Surly means serious or angrily. What did he say? To pick up the oakum from next day morning at 6 o'clock. Then Oliver bowed low, directed by the beadle, and was then hurried away to a large ward where on a rough, hard bed he sobbed himself to sleep. So, after that, the boy has bowed to the board, and along with the beadle, he was then hurried away to a large ward where on a rough, hard bed he had sobbed himself to sleep. Means he had made himself to sleep. Who? Oliver. Poor Oliver, as he lay sleeping, unconscious of everything around him. The board had taken a decision that would change the course of his life. So, as Oliver was sleeping, unconscious of everything around him. What was the board has taken a decision that would change in the course of his life. The members of his board were very wise and philosophical men. As they turned their attention to the workhouse, they discovered that it was the regular place of public entertainment for the poorer classes. It was the place where they had breakfast, dinner, tea, and supper all the year round and free, where it was all play and no work. This was really a shocking state of affairs. They were of the opinion that the poor should be given only two alternatives, either to starve quickly outside the workhouse or gradually inside the house. With this view, they decided that the inmates of the workhouse would be issued 3 meals of thin gruel a day with an onion twice a week. So, what did the members of the board wear? How were the members of the board? They were very wise and philosophical men. And as they turned their attention to the workhouse, they discovered who the members of the board they have discovered that it was the regular place for public entertainment for the poorer people. So for the poor people, this workhouse is the regular place for public entertainment. Who used to think? The members of the board. And they used to think that it was the place where they had breakfast, dinner, tea, and supper all the year round and free. So, where it was all play and no work, means to say it was only play and no work. And this was really a shocking state of affairs. Then they were of the opinion that the poor should be given only two alternatives, means this board members have an opinion that poor people should have only two alternatives means two options. What is that? Either to starve either to starve quickly outside the workhouse or gradually inside the house. Means starve means to stay hungry outside the workhouse or in the workhouse. So with this view, what did they decided? That the inmates of the workhouse would be issued 3 meals of thin gruel. Gruel means a thin liquid food of oats, rice, etc. So this gruel they will be giving 3 times per day, and an onion twice a week. Along with the gruel, onion they'll give onion only twice a week. For the first 6 months after Oliver Twist was moved in, the system was in full operation. As a result, during this period, the number of workhouse inmates got smaller and the inmates themselves shrank in size and became thinner. So, as this Oliver was taken to the workhouse, so he was there for 6 months. After 6 months, Oliver was moved in. The system was in full operation. And what was the result of that? During that period, the number of workhouse inmates got smaller and the inmates themselves shrank in size and became thinner. Means as they were offering thin gruel 3 times per day, it made them shrink in size, means they became thin. The room in which the boys were fed was a large stone hall with a big copper bowl at one end, out of which the master, dressed in an apron for the purpose and assisted by one or two women, ladled the gruel at meal time. Of this festive composition, each boy had one basin full, and no more except on occasions of great public rejoicing, when he had 2 ounces and a quarter of bread besides. So, how was the room where these boys were getting fed? Where the room was? The room in which the boys were fed, how it was? It was a large stone hall with a big copper bowl at one end, and out of which the master used to get dressed in an apron, and also followed by his assistants, by one or two women, and they ladled the gruel at meal time. Ladled means a long handled spoon used to serve liquids. So he was ladled the gruel at mealtime, and one of this festive composition each boy had. So there was a limit of food also. Each boy will be getting one basin full, not more than that. So no, see here, no more except on occasions of great public rejoicing. Only on great public rejoicing they'll be getting 2 ounces and a quarter of bread besides, means along with gruel they'll be getting 2 ounces and a quarter of bread on special occasions only. Otherwise they have to take that one basin full of gruel, not more than that. The basins never wanted washing. The boys polished them with their spoons till they shone again. When they had performed this operation, they would they would sit staring at the copper bowl with such eager eyes as if they could have devoured the big bowl itself and everything in it. At the same time, they sucked their fingers most carefully to catch up any stray splashes of gruel that might have stuck thereon. Boys have generally excellent appetite. Oliver Twist and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation for 3 months. At last, they got so voracious and wild with hunger that one boy was who was tall for his age had and had been used that sort of thing, hinted darkly to his companions that unless he had another basin of gruel per day, he was afraid he might have some night happen to eat the boy who slept next to him, who happened to be a weakly youth of tender age. He had a wild hunger eye, and they believed him. A council was held. Lots were cast as to who should walk up to the master after supper that evening and ask for more, and it fell to Oliver Twist. So what happened here? They used to give one basin full of gruel per every boy. These basins were never wanted wash, means they used to eat that gruel that much neatly that even their basins don't need to be washed. Means the boys used to polish them with their spoons till they shone again. Means again when they go for food, till then they used to polish it with their spoons. When they had performed this operation, they would sit staring at that copper bowl. Means when the food was offering to them, they used to sit staring. Means they used to look at that copper bowl with eager eyes, means as if they could have devoured means eat hungrily or quickly, means they used to feel as if they could eat that big bowl itself along with that gruel. So at the same time, they sucked their fingers most carefully to catch up any stray splashes of gruel that might have stuck thereon. Means they used to eat so carefully that to catch up any stray means separated splashes, small amounts of liquid that falls onto, so that small liquid of this gruel might have stuck there. So that much carefully they used to suck their fingers. And boys have generally excellent appetite. Appetite means the desire to eat or hunger. So Oliver Twist and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation. Means as they are not getting full means sufficient food, they have started starving. And for how many months? 3 months. At last they got so voracious. Voracious means wanted great quantities of food and wild with hunger, that one boy who was tall for his age and hadn't been used that sort of thing, so hinted darkly to his companions that unless he had another basin of gruel per day, he was afraid he might some night happen to eat the boy who slept next to him. So the boy who was tall to his age, he was not uh, means the food, the gruel which they are giving is not sufficient for that boy, and he want another extra one more basin full of gruel every day. So otherwise how he was feeling, he may eat the boy who was sleeping beside to him one or the other day, so who happened to be a weakly young of tender age, and he had a wild hunger eye. So and they believed him. So by seeing his situation, they have understood that if we don't ask, surely he may eat one of us. And what did these boys do? They laid means they held a council, and lots were cast as to who should walk up to the master after supper that evening. So after discussing, they have decided, means they were discussing who has to go to the master after the supper and ask for more, and that turn has come to Oliver Twist. So I hope you have understood till here. We will see whether the Oliver has asked the master that they want gruel more or not in our next class. So now there are some hard words here. British novelist Charles Dickens, Oliver, Straits, trotted, astonished, information, oath, brushed, lingering, frightened, tremble, beadle, waistcoat, parish, weeping, gruff, stammered, oakum, unconscious, philosophical, attention, entertainment, alternatives, starved, gruel, operation, inmates, shrank, apron, ladled, composition, occasions, ounces, staring, dayward, excellent, appetite, companions, tortures, starvation, voracious. So these are the hard words, and your home assignment is Write hard words in your notebooks. So students, I have given you around 43 hard words. I want you to write all of them neatly without any spelling mistakes, and I want you to send me in time. We'll be continuing the remaining part of the lesson in our next session. Thank you. Have a good day.